But still stay with me. So I have the Honourable Member of Parliament for Keta, Richard Kwashiga. And so since we're still on International Day for the Eradication of Poverty, JoyNews' Maxwell Agbagba is in Asinfosu in the Central Region to find out from people their own financial circumstances. Let's hear from Maxwell now.
We're coming to you from Asinfosu this morning in the Central Region. It is the International Day for the Eradication of Poverty. Remember, it's the 25th anniversary since that day was actually declared. And today, we are here in Asinfosu to gauge, the level of poverty situation here, even if there is any. Find out from people exactly what their own circumstances, are. So joining me here, I have one man who is here ready doing business. As you can see, from the background, people have started actually setting up already. They're setting up for business, their shoes, their socks, everything they'll be selling today are ready. Here, I also have another student here with me. He's just around 24, 25 years, so just around the same period when the day was actually declared. They're here with me so we can find out from them what it is like living here in Asinfosu, what circumstances are like in terms of finances, in terms of poverty, and what they are doing in their own small way to eradicate completely poverty. Let me start off with you, Nana Everything. Chumesi Ankra, Chumesi, Juma Bena, where are you?
Mepacho Metonton and Nema, Ewa, Nema to same Pabua socks.
Well, his name is Chumesi. He sells shoes and socks and other things here at Asinfosu. Chumesi, Pesem Misao, Utibiemu, Washa, Tibet, a what way Asinfosu Hana to say.
Oh, Nyamia Daruma, and yet Adia a year Bonibisana, a year too bad. Nyamisi and Kanukre. Niema and Sheda and Koye was Sinfosu ade, and so many say Nyamiada Roman Kakra,
there's no shake camera,
Kakra, and Niema Ebekoye. They say, I say, near Shassia, and Niema be to sneak a crawaha, and so many say Nyamia Domino, and Sanya Abain Kakra, Niema Bekoye. Okay,
well, he says things are not, too good. It's not bad also, so you can say it's a bit, midway, like 50-50 kind of, situation. He says that he's hoping that with a change of government, things, will become, better here in Asinfosu. And you partners say, "Nyama nshedanko, nyama bem potinsana nshedanko."
Yeah, me share a nyama enkoya. A bit says no share adeto no mu a adeto no enkoso yie. Na mom said ye aban we aba wahye ye bono ye nim se niam abesesa se ye ne edi dwan ye nya bosia kakra kra free banks ana se ye nya bibiti se mass lock a kakra kra ye betimi de atre ye dwanumu ama ye dwan so akoso ne yetimi so no enya bi aboa ye ma.
Well, he's talking about the fact that very important. I mean, they'll be very excited if they are able to access some loans from microfinance institution. He mentions mass lock and then banks to actually support their businesses. He's saying that with the change in government, he's hopeful that will be forthcoming and they'll be able to access loans from mass lock and from other microfinance companies and then banks to be able to expand their businesses so they'll be able to enjoy the fruits of that. But person say one kasano in Shishebe na wudia to akwemu ubetimi di muko banks na some person munya loans are easy samamo.
Oh, and said that enya easy na momuno nam se ye di dwa de yetimi de kakra to ye chi said ye daachi ye betimi de aboa ye manom a wo mu agadu o mabasasi so se me hwe enkura kakra me wo ni school a me du o mu kono a nyame anim edwa me die ebre bia me sien kakra said ye obedrum pempenso bi a wo ko school pon na mu no eja minni koko fue die na business ina mi ye die mi sie machin kakra said ye menya bi ahwe mu daachi enu ti na make say senka yenya emwa bi so free other banks ni bi ana
Maxwell Agbagba from Asinfosu there. Apparently something came up in Ashaiman. Let's quickly go back to Roland, see what's happening there. Roland. Roland, if you could start again because I didn't hear you.
such communities, not only like Ashaiman, but Nima, etc., is a main concern for many of these inhabitants. And I would want to speak to those who have some trade, what they think about their incomes and how they hope to improve that. And good morning to you. What's your name?
My name is Al Hassan.
Al Hassan. How long have you lived in Ashaiman?
I live here for 12 years now.
12 years. And when you came, how old were you? Where were you from, and how old were you when you came?
I'm from Yendi.
Yendi, originally?
Yeah, originally.
Okay.
And now I have 36 years now.
Okay, so you came when you were about 24, thereabout.
Yeah.
Okay. But at the end of the day, it means that you should have learnt a trade. You should have had something. What did you learn within the period?
Before I came here, I was doing scraps. But now I learned to...
You were dealing in scraps? In Yendi?
No, for here.
Okay.
Before that, I came to learn mason job.
Okay, so do you think you earn enough as somebody who is a mason?
Actually, things didn't go well.
So sometimes you get some jobs, sometimes you don't?
Yeah. Sometimes I get, sometimes I didn't get.
So you hope that your income level improves, right?
I hope that. Maybe it will happen this year or maybe next year.
All right.
But this year, we are still managing.
You see, yeah? All right, so thank you very much. So we have to continue with the conversation, and there's a lady we want to speak to, and the whole family deals in selling of bread, and we want to have a conversation with them, trying to find out really how they tend to make a living, and you know, they sell bread, etc. But you are the lead income earner.
Yes, please.
in the household. You've lived here for how many years?
Oh, more than 37 years.
37 years.
Yes, please.
What do you do yourself?
I'm a clerk.
You're a clerk.
Yes, please.
Do you still work?
Yes, please.
You still work?
Yes, please.
Today you're not work?
No, today no work. I will go to work.
Okay. Do you think you and those you know around you earn enough to make a living? I mean, can you barely survive, or you are more than surviving, or you are more than okay?
Oh, we can survive because only our road is worrying us. The dust.
You don't care about how much you earn?
Oh no, that's what.
It's okay. It's manageable.
If government will come inside that, then it is good to increase the pay.
So you would want, okay. So you work,
yes,
and you would want more. Is that not it?
We want more work.
How many of you are living in your household?
We are 9.
You are 9?
Yes, please.
Including
my wife
you?
And my children.
How many children?
I have 7 children.
7 children.
Me and my wife.
How old is the last?
The last one is 17 years.
17 years.
Yes, please.
Okay, so you have a fairly grown family. Have all your children been educated?
Yes, please.
To what level?
Secondary level.
Secondary level.
Well, you feel that some people don't have enough, but that's not what they think. They have other issues that's more important to them. Mr. Kwashiga, coming back to you. Let me take your views on what we have heard so far. We've heard from Asin Fusu. This gentleman sells. It appears that people well, we don't know how much they earn, but they seem to be okay with how much they earn. If you hear them, they're either relating how they feel at the moment to politics, or with the guy in Asin Fusu, for example, or with this one, they are more concerned about the roads and the dust that's coming to them. What are your thoughts?
Of course, we have different levels of poverty, and clearly the gentleman who was spoken to at Asin Fusu obviously appeared to be in good business, very content with what he's doing and what he's earning. That to some other people may be low, and so he may not necessarily fall within the category of extreme poor people, you know, where we are being told that the extreme poor sometimes do not even have
Food,
more than 2 cedis, you know, a day, you know, and so his situation is quite okay. And as the economy grows, his business can be impacted upon.
Right.
And what that makes is that he will keep moving from one threshold to the other,
right.
And the tendency of he also employing other people, reducing to a very minimal extent the unemployment situation. And so is the situation with the gentleman that Roland just spoke to with
the baker.
He is doing very well. Obviously, you could see he feels content.
Yeah.
But of course, the next thing to think about is his environment, the roads, the dust. how it's impacting on him and his family. You know, but there are a lot of people in Ashema who may not be thinking about the dust and the road, how dusty the road is, because their primary concern is where the next meal will come from. And those are people who definitely fall within the extreme poverty bracket. You know, and so government would necessarily need to have various programs targeted at these various groups of people. You know, and that is why, for instance, if we are implementing some putting in place some policies, we must ask ourselves, who are the target audience? You know, and so coming back to the issue that I raised earlier, that Ghana has been touted as a middle income country, or we've gotten into that bracket. You would observe that yes, we may have gotten into that bracket, there's some growth, but then it's also generating new problems where the inequality gap is increasing, is widening. And we have in a situation where out of 4 people, you know, somebody is extremely rich and 4 people are extremely very poor. You know, and that is what we need to really deal with. For instance, we're told that in 2005, there were 7 million Ghanaians who fall within the bracket of extremely poor people. You know, that was 2005. Has that figure increased or decreased? Reduced. You know, so these are issues that we need to really look at. Other than that, some group of people will think that, oh, we are okay, the economy is growing, the economy is booming. Meanwhile, the situation of some people are getting what? It's getting worse. It's getting worse.
Let me take your final words as a member of the committee that's supposed to be in charge of our social welfare and, of course, employment as well. What should we expect? What should Ghanaians expect? This is Parliament went on recess. You're back. What should Ghanaians expect?
Well, of course, Ghanaians should expect that we will deliberate on matters that relate to generating employment for the teeming youth of this country. We are told that Imani Ghana somewhere last year came out with a report that indicated that on annual basis, over 400,000 young people who qualify for the world of work, you know, are churned out. You know, and out of these 400,000, of course, we don't even get close to 100,000 employed, which indicates that the unemployment situation in our country is escalating. And the reason for which one finds it laudable, the programs that government, this current administration, intends to, as it were, roll out, or supposed to have rolled out, that is planting for food and jobs. You know, and if that program becomes successful, what we expect is that the manufacturing sector will also boom. And again, also the reason for which they have come up with a concept, which was actually something that was started by the previous administration.
I was expecting that.
One district, one factory. You know, Honorable Haruna Idrisu, when he was Labor Relations Minister, thereabout, and then a trade rather. He actually came up with that document, you know, that is supposed to lead to that. And so if it's a continuum, government is a continuum. So if indeed that program is carried out very well, we expect that it must reduce the poverty level. You know, so the various programs that have been initiated by governments over the period are all intended to intertwine in order to be able to really address this challenge that we have. But like I said earlier, we come out with fine programs, excellent programs, but then at the end of the day, they tend not to work the way we expect. And it's all about implementation, and there's need to deal with some attitudinal problems that we have, you know, and again also ensuring that people that we give some positions to be in the helm of affairs, to do the work, are people not just educated, but then they are people of integrity. People who are willing to be accountable to the people who see the value of actually using the 1 or 2 cities that have been given to them, you know,
to make the lives
of other people better. Other than that, if we are looking at fine-faced orators, you know, and then we vote for them to lead us.
This point that you raised about being a fine face and orator is a very interesting point that brings to mind a very interesting conversation, but I won't raise it at the moment. I think we'll have you on another time and we'll go into that.
So Ghanaians should be looking for action-oriented persons
and not handsome people.
Not handsome people, especially the women. When they see fine-faced men and smooth talkers, then they are swayed.
Okay, that sounds to me like someone who is a former president, but we'll bring
no, please.
that.
I am not making reference to any.
Oh, no. I'm not saying you are. I'm not saying you are at all. There's just a comment that's going on social media that I'm referring to. But sir, thank you very much for your time here on the show. Honorable Member of Parliament for Keta is Richard Kwashiga, and he's been here with us for close to about 30 minutes now. So thank you very much for coming. He's also the deputy ranking member on Employment, Social Welfare, State Enterprises Committee in Parliament, also on the Public Accounts Committee. Earlier on, we saw Roland Walker from Ashaiman speaking with the Ashaiman Member of Parliament, Mr. Nogbe. We also seen Maxwell Agbagba in Asin Fusu. We had the Nassar coordinator for the NPP, who is looking to be National Youth Organizer. We've also seen we have also had Member of Parliament for Mill. We had the Minister of Gender Social Protection. That's a whole lot. And we're looking to reduce poverty.